will be a two-parter. Two. So Mrs. C tells me that the reason that the channel is not getting any traffic and subscribers is I never do anything. I just sit out here and talk. And that is true. So today I thought I would incorporate a little doing something. Not a whole lot. It's like urban homesteading. You know, you got to weed eat and tend to your yard. So in this video we'll start out with a little before. And after. Weed eating the, as I like to call it, the grassy knoll behind the house, inside the fenced area where the dogs go out. You can get the mower in there, but sometimes it's a little easier just to use the weed eater. And we have the, as you've seen, the monkey grass there, and we try to keep that reined in a little bit so it's not just all over the place. So there's that. Part 2 of today's video will actually be an unboxing, and in the interest of full disclosure, it has already been unboxed and put to use, but I put it back in the box so that to demonstrate what's in the box and what it is actually. It is a Smith's 3-stone knife sharpening honing set. You can get this at Lowe's for like $30, and I was looking online to get a honing stone set to restore the block planes that I showed in a previous video, to get the blades back up to snuff. And I'd looked online for whetstones that use water and not an oil-based lubricant. This one allows you to use, would rather you use a water-based lubricant that it actually comes with. I did use the water-based lubricant that it comes with on the harder stone, but on the more porous stones I actually ran the stones under the water faucet and got them soaked up. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it did seem to work. And so the stones did stay moist, and they did their job. So let's unbox it, shall we? Just open the top. Now the only thing missing is the actual plastic sack that this was stored in. But what you get is a little angle gauge. It's at 23 degrees. I don't know if you can read that or not. But it's a starter gauge. You lay that on the stone, you lay your blade against it, and you draw it towards you. So that's a little starter gauge. And then you pretty much just pull out this this deal and try not to drop the lubricant that comes with it. Oh, let's get it up here where we can see it. As you can see, the box is empty. You have this, I don't know what you call that, container. That's good. You have this little container of solution. Again, it's a non-petroleum based solution. You also get the instructions that come with it. And these instructions actually indicate that you can in fact use water on the stones. And one of the things I liked about it is it sits in this cradle, which is real handy. The cradle itself has nice rubber feet on the bottom, and it holds pretty fast. And then you have the 3 different stones. You have a coarse, a medium, and a fine. And obviously the coarse is it's a pretty rough, as you can tell, surface. It's still moist from where I wet it last night. Medium, which is the one I use probably the most to really get down the two. I sharpened 2 knives last night, and they were both kitchen knives. And so it's not necessary that they be razor sharp, but that they be sharp and free of pitting and gouges. And both of the blades that I sharpened did have a little bit of pitting and some gouging, and were about as sharp as a putty knife. And there were two of the knives that Mrs. C likes to use quite often. One was a paring knife, and the other, this particular knife, in fact. And she uses both of them to cut tomatoes and various other things, and uses them quite often. So there's the stone. And for $30, I think it was $29.96 plus tax or whatever. It's pretty hard to beat. The stones that I looked at online on Amazon and eBay were, you know, in the range of $130 for a starter set, which gave you the 3 stones. Now they did come with an actual guide that mounted to the blade that you'd be sharpening. Whereas in this scenario, your guide in fact is just a sort of a template that just lays on the stone. It allows you to line your knife up to that angle, which is 23 degrees, and draw across. So there's nothing that actually attaches to the blade that you're sharpening. However, years ago, I used to do quite a bit of knife sharpening, and starting last night, it's been a long time since I'd have actually drawn a blade across a stone. So it was learning to get the muscle memory back in the wrist and the right amount of pressure drawn across the stone. But I think, as you can see here, we came up with a pretty good result. This particular blade did have, like I said, quite a bit of pitting in this area right here and along the length of it a little bit. Not exactly sure how the pitting occurred. Could be just the temper of the steel or whatever. But most of the work was worked out with the medium stone, and then you use the harder, finer stone to get a polished edge on it. And like I said, it's not exactly razor sharp. I don't think that it would necessarily cut hair, but it's plenty sharp to cut a tomato, cut a piece of meat. And that's the whole point. You want to have good sharp knives in the kitchen. More people get cut with a dull knife than they do with a sharp knife. There's the unboxing. A little demonstration of quality of work that this stone set will do. And as I get more practice with it, quality should increase. And we did spend a lot of time probably unnecessarily doing certain things, but now that we've reestablished our muscle memory, we should be, there's a pretty good shot of the edge. It should be much more efficient in the future. So that's it. If you like this two-parter video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like this two-parter video, give it a thumbs up. As always, we thank you for watching, and please tune in again. Oh, and by the way, the eye is looking pretty good.